Hello and welcome back to a new video, Lauren Hardy memorabilia and Charlie Chaplin collectibles. In this video it's going to be really exciting because I've got some ultra rare items that I've got added to the collection, and in a way I can't actually believe I've got them in my collection. So this is the first time that I'm able to get these items that are a complete one-off. But starting off first, before I show those, I'll show this, which is a part of a signed contract, fully signed by both Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy. And I think the signature up here is like maybe managing director or somebody like that that signed that. But that's been fully signed both by Stan and Ollie. Stan in blue and Ollie in black fountain pen. Basically, this is later on in their career. So this is Lauren Hardy Feature Productions, and a corporation presents and warrants that it has exclusive contracts with Lauren Hardy, to which Lauren Hardy will perform all agreements entered into by said corporation covered by attached agreement. And then it's got, we agree to be jointly and individually bound by and perform all the terms and obligations to be performed by us in and by all contracts entered into by Lauren Hardy Feature Productions for engagements including our service covered by this agreement, and to perform such services as provided for in such contracts. So this is a little later, after leaving the Hal Roach Studios. So Lauren Hardy Feature Productions contract confirmation slip, which was part of the main contract. After leaving Hal Roach Studios in 1940, Lauren Hardy Feature Productions was established, and Stan signed the company's service over to Fox, thinking he'd finally have the creative freedom he wanted. The movies Great Guns 1941 and Haunting We Will Go 1942 quickly proved Stan wrong. On May 29, 1941, 20th Century Fox made a non-exclusive agreement with Lauren Hardy Productions, and Stan says in his own words, "I can't tell you how much it hurt me to do those pictures and how ashamed I am of them." Stan said he didn't always see eye to eye with Roach, but for the most part he left us alone. But those Fox people, you could really give it good to them. Unfortunately, from 1941, 1945, those Fox people were giving it to Stan and Babe. The results did no one any good. So it wasn't the best part of their career, those later films, because they didn't have the creative freedom that they wanted. But this is a nice piece of history connected to Lauren Hardy's later films and film contracts. So it's a really nice documented item to have there. Okay, so moving on to the next few items. Well, actually, just starting off with this. This is just an unusual item. This is just a framed picture of both Lauren Hardy from County Hospital, and you can see there's a clock on there, and there's also a reproduction of the same clock. I don't know all the ins and outs about this, but this clock has obviously been put into the photo, and then you've got a reproduction of the clock here. And I have just rewatched this short subject again, and there is no clock in the film, so I don't know whether this sort of is meant to sort of represent some sort of advertising on Lauren Hardy, but nevertheless it's still a nice sort of display piece. Okay, so this is the first time, that's really exciting, and to have these items that I've got. So I've got not one item, but 3 items personally owned by Stan Laurel, and most collectors would probably be thinking if they just had one item they would be really happy, and it would be a great achievement to do that. I'm able to get hold of 3, so I'm really happy to do what I've done. So the first item, which is this. This is a really old style cigarette lighter. Now this was owned by Stan Laurel, and on this side I was a little bit confused at first. You might not be able to pick it up on the camera, but again, I will put it on as a photo as well, so you can see more detail. It's actually got engraved on here. It's got Mrs. S.L. So that would be Mrs. Stanley Laurel. So this would be Stan's first wife, Lois Nielsen's personal lighter, but also then handed down to Stan Laurel and then also to their daughter Lois. So it's still part of the Laurel and Hardy family history, personal items of theirs. And normally Lois Laurel, there I have seen a check of hers where she has actually signed Mrs. Stanley Laurel. So she's also had signed her name like that. And also I think after, when they were not together, when they divorced, she still signed the name Stanley Laurel. But this is a really nice, unusual one-off item. It's surreal to actually own this, to have this. This has actually been in the possession of Stan and his family, so it's a really nice item to have. The next one is Stan's personal and favourite cigarette box, which is this Chesterfield cigarettes. And basically he smoked Chesterfield cigarettes and also Pall Mall, if I pronounce that right, cigarettes, at least 2 packets a day. So he was quite a heavy smoker. So this was his own personal cigarette box, and it also opens up and it gives you information about the cigarettes inside. But it is actually quite fragile, so I don't want to sort of keep opening and closing it too much. So there's quite a lot of information about the cigarettes themselves on here. So again, I will put this all on as a photo form, but it's just really nice to have an original cigarette box that was owned by Stan Laurel, and he also used to smoke Chesterfield cigarettes. Now the next item is really amazing. This is a it's either called a bottle or a cup or a goblet, which is this, and it's got like flower effect top of the cup. So this is really old. And then on the bottom, at the bottom you've got Lake C 1934 on the bottom of that. So basically, so this was around the time when he had his dog Lady, and Stan won at his Lake Dog Club in 1934 with his dog Lady. And the photo, this is a photo of his dog here. That's Stan on the set of The Finishing Touch. It's a really lovely photo with his pet dog. And also when his dog died, he had a coloured photo of her, a large version of her that he kept. So he obviously really loved his pet dog Lady. And this is the cup that he won at his dog club that was given to Stan Laurel. So this is a really nice rare piece that was owned by Stan Laurel. I can't actually believe I'm holding this. It's obviously been in the hands of Stan, as well as the other 2 items that I've just shown. Absolutely amazing. But there are I just found a selection of photos with Stan and his family there, and you've got Lady there, his pet dog, and you can see Stan's also got his cigarette there. So even then he's smoking. And then this is Laurel and Hardy on the set with their dogs. That's also Ollie's dog there. And then Stan again with Lady. And again here you've got Laurel and Hardy with their dogs. And another one there. So you can see clearly it's the same dog. You've got the same markings, the white and darker shades of his dog. So his dog was a St Bernard's. So nice photos there. That's the same one there that I showed earlier on the set, The Finishing Touch. And then again here with with Lois Nielsen, baby Lois, and then Lady again there. And then this one is actually from the same photo session, which I'm guessing must be on their family lawn or in their back garden, or the dog, Lady. So that is it for this video, and this is just absolutely amazing to have these original items owned by Stan Laurel, and it's the first time for me, a part of my collection. I know there are a lot of collectors out there who will be happy just to own one item of Stan's, but I was able to get a hold of 3, which is really great. So eventually I will probably put these in the museum, in the Laurel Hardy Museum here in Ulverston. Not yet, probably over time. I need to sort of rearrange things a bit, but they would be absolutely great on display. So another picture there of Stan and his dog, Lady. So it's one of the best photos of them both together there. Great shot. So thanks for watching this video, and look out for the next one soon. Bye for now.